Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's time.
It feels like morning again, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on, everyone? What is up? We are live here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel on this Tuesday, November the 4th, 2025. How's everyone doing? How's your day going so far? I can't hear you, but I hope for everyone's sake it was a good one. What is going on, everyone? As always, let me fix this. There we go. I am Steve. What's up? This is the Raw Rundown. If you are new to the YouTube channel, if you're new to Twitch, if you're new to Kick, wherever you're watching this from, hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that follow button, whatever it is that you're on. Share, spread the love, let people know about this channel. Wherever you are that you're watching this, let them know. It does help out with the algorithm and all other stuff. If you guys feel generous, it would be so appreciated. You can leave a super chat. It does go back to the channel. Become a channel member is only $2.99 a month. Only $2.99 a month. Hit the join button. Hit that link down below. If you don't see the join button, if you're maybe watching on a mobile device, I don't know. But I hope you do all that. It'd be so appreciated. But more importantly, the simplest way to support is by subscribing, liking this stream, sharing it with all your friends on social media. Again, that's so many ways that you can help out this channel. But yeah, man, it is November the 4th. Last night's Monday Night Raw was the November 3rd edition of Monday Night Raw, and this was the post-Saturday night main event edition of Monday Night Raw. Cage match is not giving this show that much love. It's like in the middle. Like, cage match is giving this show a 6.63, which is like a D average grade, if we're being honest. I thought Raw, for the most part, look, you guys know me. I am happy whenever the Maverick is back on TV. I get excited. I do. Okay, I do. But I must admit, the show overall, yeah, it was all right. Nothing to get crazy about. We found out the two matches that will be taking place in the opening round, which is next week in Boston, in the John Cena retirement tour, right? We found that out next. We found out it's going to be, and we'll get into that in a little bit here, but we know the two opening matches. And then you also found out that there'll be two more matches announced on SmackDown this coming Friday. But more importantly, people are wondering here, hey, did my boy, the Maverick, my guy, Logan fucking Paul, did he join the Vision after what we saw on Monday Night Raw? In the beginning of the show, we saw, Logan Paul come out and he confronted CM Punk, right? And Punk wanted nothing to do with him. And then the next thing you see, out comes Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Logan's going to leave CM Punk hanging by himself. And it looked like the Vision were like, nah, not so fast. And they gave Logan Paul a beating. They beat him up as well, along with CM Punk, right? That happened. And then you're wondering to yourself, oh, is Logan Paul a baby face now? I mean, he's always been a baby face. Logan Paul has always been a good guy in my eyes, right? Guy cannot do no fucking wrong. But you find out later in the night, not so fast, CM Punk. Not so fast. We saw what we saw. He lays out CM Punk with the brass knucks. And he has that face off, right, with Paul Heyman in the Vision. He hands Paul Heyman the brass knucks. People are now wondering, is he part of the vision? Is he a good replacement for Seth Rollins? I mean, look, we all know Logan Paul can go. Logan Paul, you know for a fact that, he can go when the bell rings. Despite how you may feel about him, right? It's like I said yesterday on Steve's Kitchen regarding the president showing up to John Cena's final match, right? In Washington. Take away your political views, whether you swing left, swing right. In this situation, take away your hate for Logan Paul for a moment, for who he is and what he's done, right? The fact that he's going out there, right, with, again, never done this, right, until joining WWE, right? He didn't tear it up on the independents. He didn't go to Japan, even though I must say, if he does go to Japan, once again, if he goes back to Japan, they're lucky, bro. He can't go, because if he was able to go, I'm telling you right now, he would be winning the G1. He'd be winning the Best of Super Juniors, the New Japan Cup, you name it, Triple Crown, all that. It'd be over. It would be over for everyone out there. Everyone get the smoke. But point of the matter is, the guy's amazing. The guy can go in the ring. When that bell rings, he can go. Y'all can't take that away from him, right? He can do most of the stuff that Rollins can do, like, all the flips and all these moves and stuff. He can do that, right? And he's more younger than Seth Rollins, I believe, right? Yeah, he is. So while Rollins is gone, is it possible, right, that Logan Paul can, align himself with the vision? Yeah, I can see a vision of the Maverick. Sign me up. Sign me up. But who knows? Maybe we get from this a Braun Breaker versus Logan Paul match. You never know. You just never know. But from the looks of it, Logan Paul does indeed want his shot at the World Heavyweight title. And if you guys recall, there is a history there with Logan Paul and CM Punk. If you recall, Logan Paul did eliminate CM Punk out of the Royal Rumble this year. If you also recall, I think it was CM Punk who eliminated Logan Paul, if I'm not mistaken, from the Chamber match. But the point is, there is that there is history there, right? For the most part. We'll get into all that too. But again, guys, let me know your thoughts in the chat. Did you enjoy Raw? What did you like from the show? What did you not like? And all that fun stuff as we're winding down the John Cena retirement tour. They start next week with the tournament in Boston. But the show opened up with, a recap of CM Punk winning the vacant title on Saturday night's main event from Jey Uso. And then we kicked the show. By the way, they were live in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, at the Rio Rancho Event Center. And I don't know about you guys, but I was watching, the crowd and all that stuff, and a lot of empty seats, I must say. And again, this is what happens when you try to price out the, your fan base. When you price them out at these ridiculous prices, it's crazy. Like, put it this way. 2 years ago, me and Walter went to SmackDown, right? This was the SmackDown in July. This was like 2023, right? Months after Double or Nothing in Vegas. Like, our seats were like $100. And mind you, it's MSG, Madison Square Garden, right? We were up there with Steve Borden, okay? We were up there chilling with Steve Borden, right? Our tickets were like, what, $100 each almost? Same section? Each one is like $300 and something dollars and something cents. Now, granted, it's MSG, okay? It's Madison Square Garden. Just keep that in mind, okay? But these prices are getting a little ridiculous, I must say. So of course you're going to see some of these venues not sell out, not do that good, I know Triple H said we're going to see something, something crazy, what have you, and that didn't happen, right? But the show opened up with CM Punk, and he said that he feels great about being the world heavyweight champion. He feels great about it, right? He begins to thank, his wife, AJ Lee, for standing by his side, the fans for supporting him, Jey Uso for the fight. He lets everyone know that he said 2 years, which he didn't come here to make friends. He was there to make money and be a champion. He said there's no Seth Rollins with the Money in the Bank briefcase sneaking around. And then he proceeds to grab the title and he swings the title around, swings it around his head. And then he goes on to say, Seth, that was for you, and wished him a speedy recovery. So throw some salt to the wound, because if you remember at SummerSlam when Punk defeated Gunther at SummerSlam, Punk was celebrating. Like, he got emotional. He was like watery eyes, right? We were there. I was there. Romeo was there. Walter was there. His girlfriend was there. We all had a good time that night one of SummerSlam, right? Again, there was a lot of like watery, for CM Punk, a lot of watery eyes that night, right? When he won the world title. And then Rollins came out 5 minutes later or so, and yeah, his run ended in 5 minutes, right? So he's throwing now salt to the wound. Like, all right, karma's a bitch. Karma is a bitch. Now I am the champion, right? He also went on to say, that being Punk, if you come back and get in my business, I'll put you back on the couch. And Punk says that he knows people are coming after him, right? He's the champion. He has a target on his back, and he wants to be a fighting champion. So you know what he's going to do? An open challenge every single Monday, because we got one on SmackDown. I'm kidding. He's not doing that. He's not doing that. But he wants to be a fighting champion, and cool, right? He names guys like Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, AJ Styles, which, by the way, I do want to see that match. I do want to see an AJ Styles CM Punk match in the year 2025. They've had a match many years ago, I think in like 2002, 2003, in Ring of Honor. It's on YouTube. If you go on YouTube, you'll find the match. Or if not, if you have Honor Club, they should have it up on Honor Club as well, right? But he mentions also, again, that's a match I do want to see before AJ hangs it up in 2026. And I think we'll get the match. I think for sure that match will go down when it happens, right? He also mentions Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, which I really don't believe that. Again, JD can go, but let's keep it a buck. JD McDonough, if you saw the match last week with Sheamus, we know that he can fight. He can take a beating, right? But this idea of him challenging for the title is like, no, bro, I'm not convinced. He also mentions Finn Balor, Sheamus, and John Cena as guys he wants to face. He says anyone who has earned a shot, if they want some, come get some. So he stole a line there from John Cena, right? He stole a line there. And again, you see just how happy Punk is to be champion again. He's aware that, now I am no longer the hunter. I am the hunted. I have this target on my back, and I will take on all challenges. Just, meet me in the ring, whatever the case may be. He throws all these names. And then, who happened to interrupt? The Maverick, Logan Paul, interrupts. And Punk says, I spoke too soon. Anybody but you. He doesn't want the smoke from Logan Paul. And I don't blame him, because he's aware. Fragile Phil is aware. Let's just keep it a buck. Fragile Phil, fragile body, fragile soul, fragile ego. He knows if Logan Paul just one punch into, which we saw right at the end of Raw, but he knows if it's a match, a professional wrestling match, when the belt's on the line, at any moment, if Logan Paul throws that punch, it's over. 1, 2, 3, we're having a new world heavyweight champion in Logan Paul, a champion that we all can be proud of. Okay. So Logan again interrupts him, and Logan says he's been in the ring with some of the best, and everyone knows he's the man to face Punk. He's not wrong. I don't see any lies that were told there, by the way. I don't see any lies that were said there, right? So for that, right, with that, after this, Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson interrupt. Heyman says that he sees, let me see, there we go. He says he sees a bitch without an owner, referencing Logan. Heyman says the front of the line begins with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Heyman tells Logan to get out of the ring, but Logan remains, right? Because again, also Logan was saying he's in the front of the line, right? Because he's faced the best, or he wants next, and he hasn't been around, but still, it's Logan Paul, bro. The Maverick. The fucking Maverick, right? Logan says to Braun and Bronson were too late and that he was there first, but Braun says he is coming for what belongs to him, that being the World Heavyweight title, and if they don't get out of the ring, he'll whoop both of them. And Punk tells Logan he's either with him or he can leave, and Logan leaves, but he gets shoved by Braun Breaker. And then Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker attack Punk in the ring. Logan Paul made the save. See, my guy, bro, Logan Paul is not a bad person, bro. People give him all this hate, but he's a great person, bro. Great humanitarian, making the save for Fragile Phil, right? Makes the save, right? But Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker take him out. Bronson hits the tsunami on Logan Paul, and Punk runs off Bronson and Braun Breaker with the chair. Right? So everyone was thinking, oh, Logan Paul is a babyface now. They're trying something different. Yeah, let's try to get people to support Logan Paul. And I don't think they need to. Like, people already love Logan Paul, man. You don't see how excited they get when he shows up, right? Weston Razor, how do I explain this? I'm excited for CM Punk title reign, but not that excited because it screams as soon as Rollins comes back, Punk is going to lose the title again. Well, I don't think Rollins is coming back anytime soon. He's going to be out for a while. So, yeah, I don't think it's happening anytime soon. I would love for Logan to beat CM Punk for the title. Who would know, bro? Who wouldn't? Sign me up. Sign me the fuck up. Right? But I thought, again, this opening segment, again, it showed that there's people who are coming after CM Punk, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, right? And letting it be known. And again, they gave you this thought that, hey, Logan might have changed his ways here, right? After being attacked by the Brawns. So then after this, we get the opening match. We get the Judgment Day of Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez versus Nikki Bella and Stephanie McCur. God, look, I get the story they're trying to tell here, that Nikki Bella's washed, and she really is having a difficult time keeping up with the new crop of women. That's the story they're trying to tell you. The issue with this is, since she's been back, she's been wrestling the same women, right? Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez, it feels like. I know she had that program with Becky Lynch, right? That's fine. But it's like, bro, at this point, like, what are you doing? You don't need to be doing this. You do not need to be doing this at all, right? But obviously, this match ends with Raquel Rodriguez, what's it called? Not even like she lays out Roxanne, she lays out, Stephanie McCur, but it ends with Roxanne Perez getting the pin on Nikki Bella with the Pop Rocks. So again, they're trying to show you that Nikki Bella's having this difficult time. I'm good. I don't need to see this. I said this before. I don't need to see Nikki Bella on my television anymore. It's no longer 2015. Your time has come and gone. Just go do a podcast for all I care. Go do a fucking podcast. From there, we get the announcement of the John Cena last time is now a tournament, the video, and breaking down what's going to be, right? It's going to be people from Raw, people from NXT, people from SmackDown, people who don't even work in WWE. Matt Cardona, Nick Nemeth, Joe Henry. I'm just throwing some names out, okay? And then Adam Pearce announced the names from a Tumblr to determine who is in the last time is now tournament. So next week on Monday Night Raw, live from Boston, Massachusetts, the two matches that announced it will be former World Heavyweight Champion and Damian Priest. It's Wepa time going up against Rusev. Rusev, former U.S. champion, has a history with John Cena. Remember WrestleMania 31? Him and Cena had that match for the U.S. title. Rusev was undefeated, and Cena ended the undefeated streak. And then Rusev, before the match, had a fun time with Lana in the tank, but that's beside the point. The Army tank. And also announced for next week on Raw, this one is gonna be a banger after banger after banger. When the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, former WWE champion, the man who beat John Cena to win his first WWE championship at TLC, if memory serves me correct, 2009 in the tables match. Remember? There's history there. As he goes one-on-one with the former Intercontinental Champion, former U.S. Champion, the former Royal Rumble winner, the one, the only Shinsuke Nakamura. Hanta. And again, he also has a history with Cena. He had that one match with Cena on SmackDown where it looked like Nakamura dropped Cena on his head. So there's that. It should be a fun match. I feel like this will be a hard-hitting back and forth match. Give them time. This could be the match of the tournament if you think about it, right? But it should be a good one. Should be a good one for sure. And they announced that Nick Aldis will announce 2 more matches on SmackDown this Friday. You know what they should do? They should have Ava announce also matches on NXT. If you really want to make this right, hey, it's people from Raw, people from SmackDown, people from NXT. You should also have Ava announce people from NXT that will be in this tournament as well. I'm just saying, okay? But after this, we saw Jey Uso in the back offer to help CM Punk, which obviously, CM Punk accepted. From there, we saw Penta and El Grande Americano going at it one-on-one. And there's a moment in this match where El Grande Americano was getting assisted, right, from Bravo and Raya, who were both kicked out, right? They were told to go to the back, whatever it was. They were trying to hand the metal piece that El Grande Americano puts in his mask. And to no avail, because Penta found a way to get the win, and he beats El Grande Americano. Overall, the match itself, the match went about 10 minutes, 46 seconds. It was an okay match for television standards, right? But Penta getting the win, good for him. From there, we saw a video package for the Kabuki Warriors, right? We saw a video package, right? Hyping them up and stuff like that. They want the tag titles, right? So from there, we saw Dominic Mysterio once again proclaims to be in the ring, by the way. He's in the ring. He proclaims to be the greatest champion and the king of the luchadors. And who happens to interrupt it? You would think one of the luchadors, right? No, it's none other than his deadbeat father, Rey Mysterio, interrupts, right? Interrupts him. And Rey says that Dominic will never be the king of the luchadors or the greatest Mysterio as long as he is around. And then Dominic tried to strike Rey, but Rey fires back at a 619 to run off Dominic. Look, I don't need to see this again. We've seen this match so many times. I know I'm sure Dom and Rey love to work with each other because, again, they're father and son, right? I know there was talks a couple of years ago of doing a hair versus mask match. I mean, you couldn't do that, I guess. But this idea that or career or career versus hair, whatever the case was. But this idea that we need to see this again, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't need to see Rey challenging. I mean, because again, for a lot of people, when you think of the greatest luchador of all time, it's a debate, right? Some people will say Rey Mysterio. right? Like the new age fans. But if you're like an old school lucha fan or lucha libre, you'll probably say El Santo, right? So it's really very up for debate. But the point is, though, this is probably the direction they're going to go, which, again, I don't need to see, but whatever. It is what it is. From there, we did see after this, right? What happened here? We had Bailey, Lyra Valkyria speaking backstage. Lyra wonders why Bailey wasn't attacked by the Kabuki Warriors last Monday, and Bailey isn't sure what's going on. And then we see Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett talking, or they're talking on in the announcers table, right? And who happens to show up? The Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch. And she's on the announcers table and says that her hot husband, that being Seth Rollins, is injured at home. Pause, by the way. The Vision has lost their mind, their goddamn mind, and that she's dealing with a crooked referee. And Becky says the only thing that come out of New Mexico is a show about how much meth they do. And then Becky says Maxine is not cool. She is lucky. And the next time that she steps in the ring with Becky, it won't be her biggest opportunity. It will be her last. So they're gonna do this again. They're gonna run this back. Probably on an episode of Raw. This does not need to be on PLE, but I wouldn't be shocked if they do so. Would not be shocked at all. From there, we saw the Kabuki Warriors come out as Becky was leaving, right? If you think about it too, it's like, hey, maybe, just maybe, right? Down the road. Because you remember there's that history with Asuka and Becky. There's that history, right? So who knows? Or maybe, just maybe, they're teasing you the potential women's War Games match, right? For the women, right? You could have on a team Becky and the Kabuki Warriors. That could be a team for the most part. And on the opposite end, you could probably have, I don't know, maybe we'll see. But I don't want to get into it right away, but maybe it's an idea, right? It's an idea. From there, we saw the Kabuki Warriors get the win over Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. The match itself, for the most part, it was going pretty good, right? Going pretty good for the most part. But when it was all said and done, the Kabuki Warriors did get the win, right? And then Alexa Bliss and Charlotte make the save as the Kabuki Warriors stalk Lyra after the match. So we know we're getting a tag team title match for the women, that for these two teams real soon, between the Kabuki Warriors and Charlotte versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. That's going to happen real soon, and most likely that's where the Kabuki Warriors recaptured the women's tag team titles. It's possible. For the Judgment Day, we see them once again. They're in the clubhouse, and Raquel Rodriguez will challenge for the women's world title next Monday on Raw. So next Monday on Raw, you're also getting going to get Raquel Rodriguez versus Stephanie McCurr. And Dominic is upset that Finn Balor and JD McDonough weren't there to help him. And Finn says Dominic wanted the spotlight for himself. Roxanne says Dominic should be with JD and Finn for their match. Right? He should be. And then we get the World Tag Team title match between AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the Judgment Day of Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Sheamus took out Dominic during the match. So Dominic was out there, but he got taken out by Sheamus. Got taken out, right? And there's a moment of the match. Yes, next week. It is happening next week, Brandon Brown. What's going on, brother? But it's crazy to think, right? It's crazy to think. It's crazy to think, right? Where was I? God damn it, yo. God damn it. Holy shit. There's a moment in the match, yeah, where Sheamus, I guess he brought out his shillelagh, and it looked like that the Judgment Day were gonna recapture the tag titles. Did not happen. AJ Styles hit the Styles Clash. on JD McDonough for the 1-2-3. So still your tag team champions, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Look, I said before, I do want to see AJ Styles versus CM Punk in a match before it's all said and done, before AJ retires. You need to run it back. I agree, Chief. After that Cena match in Paris, I will no longer tolerate Logan Paul disrespect. The man can go 100%. 100%. The guy can go. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. After this, we saw Nikki Bella backstage apologizing to Stephanie McCurr for losing the tag team match. And now McCurr has to defend her title. And Nikki, again, she's questioning herself, right? This whole idea that she can't hang with the current crop of women that's on the roster right now, right? And this is the part where a lot of people, I guarantee you, what were like, we're at awe, right? We're like disgusted by Stephanie McCurr saying that, oh, you are Nikki Bella, right? You are still that woman. And that this is the part where a lot of wrestling fans were like, oh, hell no. When Stephanie McCurr said that she, being Nikki Bella, is someone who paved the way. Someone who paved the way. And I guarantee you, bro, there were a lot of people when Stephanie McCurr said that line, they were all like,
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Fuck!
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
guarantee, bro. A lot of people were just, oh, why would they have her say this, right? But you kind of see, like, they're planting the seeds real soon for Nikki Bella to turn on Stephanie McCurr. It's only a matter of when, right? And that's probably the match for Survivor Series. Stephanie McCurr versus Nikki Bella for the women's title. Likely might be the case. From there, we saw CM Punk and Jey Uso going up against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, the Bronze. And this match, I'll be honest, the one thing you don't do is have a match, the main event, and in a double count out. Not like this. Like, I get it. You don't want no one to lose. Then do it fucking DQ. No, don't do the double count out. And that is what happened. And then after this, out comes Logan Paul. He has the brass knucks ready to go. And it looked like, we're going to get CM Punk and Logan Paul joining forces to take on the Bronze. And just like that, Logan Paul lays out, flatlines CM Punk. And he hands over. That means Logan hands the brass knucks to Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman is like, oh, I can't believe it. Cannot believe this is happening, right? Rather people like it or not, both Bella twins helped pave the way, but it wasn't just them or just one person. I'm not taking away their contributions because, again, you got to understand, when both her being Nikki and Brie were on top, right, of the women's division, the women's division was shit, right? The women's division was not popping, right? Dare I say, the crop of women that you see right now would run circles through the crop of women that were around when Nikki and Brie, but in this case, Nikki Bella was on top of the women's division. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I'm aware somewhere along the way, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte came around, but that was near the end of the Divas era, right? So we'll agree to disagree, respectfully. But yeah, Logan Paul lays out CM Punk, hands over the brass knucks, right? No more fucking around, right? And people are now wondering, is Logan Paul part of the vision? So it seems, right? we'll find out next week if Logan Paul, I'm sure he'll be there. They're in Boston, right? They're in a major market. Logan will be there, right? And he'll address it. I'm intrigued. I'm really looking forward to seeing where they go with this. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it's cool to see that, like, people are gunning for CM Punk in that World Heavyweight title, right? We're gonna get 2 good matches next week in the last time is now tournament. I know they're gonna announce 2 matches on SmackDown, but like I said moments ago, if you listened to me say this, I would love for them to also have Ava on NXT announce matches as well. Because remember, they did say, Cena said, people from Raw, people from SmackDown, people from NXT. So I'm just saying, okay? And obviously, of course, Logan Paul saving this show, as always. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, your thoughts on Raw as a whole. What did you like? What did you not like on the playback? Or if not, let me know on social media. You can let me know on the Around the Point Network Twitter account, which you guys know where to check that out. It's at AT Point Network. Follow us there. Follow me on X at Heel Steven. If you've not checked out Steve's Kitchen from yesterday, make sure you guys go give that a watch. I gave you guys my thoughts on Saturday night's main event and much more stuff as well. Okay? Go give that a watch when you get a chance. I will be back this Thursday with another live edition of SAD, Something About Dynamite, where we will review AEW Dynamite. Now, remember, guys, if you are a channel member, just because we don't do the watch-alongs no more live on the air doesn't mean that we won't be doing watch-alongs. We'll still do the watch-alongs. If you're a channel member, if you go to the members section here, I post a link that we can watch Raw together, we can watch Dynamite together, and so on and so forth. We can still watch these shows like a family. That's the objective with these watch-alongs. We get to watch the show like a family at the end of the day. That's at the end of the day, that's what we are. I know we're the gang, but we're also a family here, okay? So there's that. I'm counting it down for the move. I was actually at the new house today. They're still doing some work, but we should be packing, moving in shit real soon. And yeah, I still gotta decorate the new room. I have some ideas of what I want to do, right? So there's that. But anywho, go watch Steve's Kitchen if you've not checked that out. That's going to be it for me, guys. So much love to all of you, as always. All right. For myself and for the gang, just go all in and even give Logan the title. Give it time, brother. Logan needs to take over the division and start calling them just Prime and piss off. Nah, not there. All right, guys. Much love to all of you. I am out of here. Peace.